Spoke to Hagedorn's opponent, Dan Feehan, earlier today. Alex.
Caitlin, just like he said when he was running against Hagedorn in 2018, Dan Feehan boasts himself as an independent voice for Southern Minnesotans on both sides of the aisle.
I am someone who has lived his life in service. First as a soldier, served 2 combat tours in Iraq, then as a middle school teacher, and I served in the Pentagon making policy on behalf of millions of service members and veterans. And along the way, I've learned that when you put people first, good things can happen. And that's what should happen in Washington, D.C., but it's not right now. People are not being put first. But if you take a service approach to politics, I think you can achieve significant things because you're not alone in that approach. But there's consequences right now. Our Congressman, Jim Hagedorn, puts people last, and the consequences are enormous, especially in the middle of a pandemic. You know, I talked to a family there in Rochester about 2 months ago, a family who has a 12-year-old with a pre-existing condition, a severe physical disability. And it's tough as a parent right now, trying to keep your child safe and healthy. But about 2 months ago, they had a healthcare worker come to their house. They came to their house while they were sick. And after leaving their house, that healthcare worker tested positive for COVID-19. And as a parent, I'm a parent of 3, a 10-year-old, 6-year-old, and a little baby. That's a terrifying situation. The family had to quarantine upstairs and downstairs, trying to make sure that that child stayed safe. And thankfully, COVID didn't pass on to them. But they were upset, and they asked that healthcare worker, you came to work sick. Why'd you come to work? And their answer tells a lot. They said, I always come to work sick. In other words, they had to come to work. They could not miss a day of work in the middle of a pandemic and an economic crisis. Those are the types of consequences we're living out right now when people don't come first. We have a representative in Congressman Hagedorn that has put corporate special interests ahead of Southern Minnesotans, who's voting against prescription drug reform, who was part of a lawsuit to take away protections for pre-existing conditions, and whose own personal corruption, where nearly $500,000 of our taxpayer money is missing, gone to members of staff, his staff, or their families. People hate that, and they want change. You know, when I was in the Army, there was a real simple leadership motto: when in charge, be in charge. And it's time for the representative of Southern Minnesota to embody that, to tackle this pandemic with a national strategy, to fight for affordable health care that also protects rural hospitals and clinics, to fight for affordable prescription drugs. And the only way that one individual can fight for those things is if they aren't beholden to the corporate special interests that get in the way. Pharmaceutical companies, insurance companies are making billions off of our health right now. You can't be beholden to them. You have to be an independent voice. And it's time we had an independent leader that's not beholden to their party leadership in the way Congressman Hagedorn is. And that's why I'm motivated in this campaign to put people first in Southern Minnesota once more.
Perfect. You got about 30 seconds left, Dan. Anything else you'd like to touch on? Or
Absolutely. If you're sitting at home in the Rochester area right now and want to get involved, you're feeling that you can't deal with the chaos in Washington anymore, and you want to get involved in a campaign, there is hope, and there is some agency out there. You can become part of our campaign and help talk to your neighbors about how important this election is. danfeehan.com is a great way to get involved.
In the latest poll taken in September by Public Policy Voting, people surveyed were split. 18% still undivided, with the rest split between Hagedorn and Feehan, with 41% each. Reporting live in the studio, Alex Tejada, KTDC News.
Okay, Alex, thank you.